Good evening, YouTubers. Thought I'd do a little video. I did do a video of this exact what I'm doing right now, but I messed it up, and the whole point of my video was to show what this little amplifier will do, and then do some calculations of what it actually puts out and the efficiency of the amplifier. Um, but I screwed it all up, so I'm starting all over. So I go through the video of a little amplifier that I bought maybe a year ago off Amazon for $39, and it's worked perfect. And all I use it for is plugging to that computer over there. I got a little sound bar that I made that sits on top of my 43-inch monitor for work, and I use it for listening to music. And it works really well. I can pair it to my phone. It plugs into the computer with analog audio, so I can hear videos and conferences and stuff like that. It works great. But I thought I would test it because it's a Class D amplifier. It's the only one I have in my house right now because I'm just not a Class D. Actually, you know what? I do a lie. I haven't have a Class D in the actual closet, but I might test that one later on after that. Just thought of that. But anyways, only Class D amplifier that I'm using right now, and for $39, it actually puts out pretty good. I mean, it's rated at 50 watts RMS, but it only does up to 39, and then it starts to heavy clip. In the video that I did the first time, I showed the basic power supply that comes with it, which is some cheapy Douk audio power supply, 20 volts, 19 volts, but 20 volts, 4.7 amps. But it was noisy, so I have my bench power supply, and it was a lot better. So I'm gonna go over that with the video. I'm gonna use my cell phone to show up here because my camera doesn't autofocus too close to the actual equipment that's up here. But we'll go over that after. I'll use my cell phone, take all the video, and show you guys. So on the bench, I have a 1,000 watt 8 ohm load plugged into this little Class D amplifier. My Signet scope into a mode that allows me to test the amplifier. It's in, I keep forgetting the name, what it's called off my head. I'll remember it in a couple minutes. And then I have my bench meter to see the voltages that's going in. And then I use my bench power supply, and then I will show you what it looks like with this. And just so you know, it's differential mode. Because you can't check a Class D amplifier with just one probe, because you'll short ground or negative out to ground. And that's a ground, it's common with the scope and everything else. So can't do that, so you have to put your amplifier, your scope into differential mode. I mean, you could buy a differential probe, and I might later on, but that's $200 to $300, and for me to just use 2 channels out of my 4-channel scope works just as good. So I'm going to go over this with my phone, show you all the ins and outs, and then I've been learning some math off the side here, so we'll put all those numbers that we get out of doing the amplifier into my little whiteboard. I gotta say thank you to a friend of mine, Jeff, for giving me this little whiteboard that allows me to scribble all over it and then delete everything off of it real easy instead of using some paper. And then I'll show you the numbers, and we'll take some screenshots with the scope, and I'll put those in the video for you. But yeah, so let's get into it, and I'll show you everything, how I have it all connected, and go from there. Okay, guys. So we have the Douk Audio G5. We have the scope. Turn it on. Turn on the meter. Turn on the signal generator. Turn on the power supply. We'll move this piece of cable out of my way. We'll plug in this power supply. Okay. So I guess the first thing we'll do is we'll plug in the power supply to the little guy amplifier. Turn it on. And then what we'll do is we'll go over here to our scope, make sure we're in sine wave. We'll go down to here. Let's turn this down so we don't get anything. Okay, so here's how we have everything set up here. The QA401 isn't connected, but so we got 2 scope probes going across my 8 ohm load here. We have speaker out from the mini amp. We have it grounded to the scope probes. I was doing that just to see if we got any fuzzies out of there for the power supply, but nope, didn't help. So, okay. So let's turn it on. We'll turn the up here. We'll make sure. Oh, we have to push the output to on. And we'll go over to the scope here. Okay, there's our waveform. So I already know that I can go up to about 470, I believe, before this starts clipping. So what we'll do is we'll do that. We'll put this up to, say, 305, 405, 325. Go like this, bring this down so we can see the tips of it more. Okay, so go up to, say, 415, and let's spread this out. It's just starting to clip now, so 485 millivolts peak to peak. Bring that down just a little bit to get rid of that. So I think it's about 465, 470, I think. Yeah, go like this. See if we get a better waveform here. Yeah, it's pretty still rounded there, so I'll take a screenshot of that, put that in the video. So, and actually, what's funny is right there, you can see that it's a little bit, I don't know if you can really see that, but it's a little bit fuzzy. It was actually worse a couple days ago. Maybe it was because of this. I don't think so, though. Yeah, it was. It is. That actually, the grounding of the scopes is actually helping a little. So, power supply. Put that back on there. Looks a little bit more clear. So, okay. Well, the grounding of the scope probes to the chassis of this did clean it up. But anyways, so we're putting 470 millivolts peak to peak into here, and we're getting 18 volts peak to peak. If you want to see that there, 18 volts peak to peak, which gives us, let's bring out the whiz machine, good old calculator here. So we go, to get our power watts out, we go 18 volts times 18 volts, give us this, our volts AC out. So let's bring up the calculator here. 18 times 18 equals 324. 324 divided by 8 ohms. We have 40 watts. 40 watts. So power out, we're going to write this down here. Power out is 40 watts. Sorry for my crappy writing. I've never had good writing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. So we're going to go power output. Turn that off. Put my cap on my pen here. And go over to here. And this is going to allow me to see how much current the actual amplifier puts out or is pulling with one channel. So we'll go voltage, nope, too high, 20 volts, go amps, we'll push it to 2.5, it'll never go to that. And then what we'll do is we'll unplug this. Sorry for my hand being in the way there, guys. Plug it in here. Okay, it's plugged in. It's off. So what I usually do is turn it off on the knob. And then I go on. And then what we'll do is we'll go on to here. And before we go too far, let's push this down so that way we can see it climb up when we turn this on. Let's go over, go 81. Put the output on, the amplifier's on, and we'll let it climb up here. Okay, so we're not really that high. So what we'll do is we'll go 3, 4, 71, 481. I bet you this thing's paired to my phone again. Hate that about Bluetooth. There we go. Now we're getting our... Nope. Hold on. Okay, we're back. It was paired to my phone. So, right now, here's our clean wave. We're pulling 1.0 amps. See if we can push this up to clipping. Nope, it's going to clipping. So, we'll get 470 millivolts input to the amplifier before it starts to clip. Let's go like this and see the voltage. Yeah, no clipping yet, either way. Okay, so we'll take the 1 amp, 20 volts, and we'll go 1 amp. I'm just gonna write it over here, 1.08 amps used. Okay. Okay, so we have a 20 volt input, so voltage times current. So we can go to get PI is 20 times 1.08. 20 times 1.08 equal what? Oh, I forgot to hit the decimal point. 20 times 1.08. Why isn't the decimal point working? Well, that's lame. Let's grab my other calculator here. Trusty dollar store. 20 times 1.08 is 21.6. 21.6 watts. So power for watts up here, sorry. To get to that, we know the amplifier got out to 40 watts peak to peak. So we go 40 watts. Here's our math right here to see how efficient it is. Move this out of the way. So we go 40 watts divided by 21.6. So 40 divided by 21.6. 85% efficient. That's pretty good. 85? Yep. 85% efficiency out of something that was $39 off of Amazon. So, just a quick little video of how that worked. Pretty happy with that. If we click just to AC volts, we'll see that it's using 12 volts AC RMS, not peak to peak. And yeah, I mean, I recommend the little amplifier. It works great. I have no issues with it, other than me being stupid and leaving my phone in paired mode and turning on when I'm trying to do tests. Other than that, it's pretty good.
So yeah.
So, as you could tell there, we got our numbers, 85% efficiency, tiny little amplifier, $39. I mean, I like them. I could definitely recommend them to somebody who wants a small, like literally how small this amplifier is. For I have small hands, but I have a tape measure right here so we can measure it. It's 4 inches by 3 1/4 by an inch. All of that packed into here for $39 and 40 watts. I mean, you can't complain. If you guys want to see inside, I can take actually, yeah, we can take it apart. Take the back off first. My trusty multi-bit screwdriver. Some and it just slides out. Simple. See if we can get a close-up of that, eh? I don't know if it's gonna focus or not. Is it gonna focus? Wow, this camera just doesn't focus well, eh? I think it's on certain focus mode. But, I mean, $39. Recommend it. I like it. It's served me well. Can't say it's a bad little device, and I think they have newer units that put actual better power out, so yeah. What more do you want out of something that's $39? Convenient. 39 watts, $39. So what is that, $1 a watt? Yeah. But the whole main reason why I started using this amplifier is to learn the process using differential mode on my scope, because Class D amplifiers require a bit of attention. You can't just do it the normal way of hooking up one single probe to a 8 ohm load and getting your measurement. It's a big no-no. Maybe one day I'll reach out to my good Eddie Aho there from Kiss Analog. He's got really good reviews, and he's got all the goodies and toys, and he knows his stuff. So I'll give him a phone call and say, hey, recommend me a differential probe. And I think he's probably going to recommend me the MIG-SIG, but you never know. Maybe he won't. And then I'll be able to use that instead of using 2 probes on here. Not that it's going to make any difference to me, because I have a 4-channel scope. But yeah, so that's just getting me started. The reason why I'm doing this, I really like doing this, and the whole point of my channel is to do that stuff. I want to grow more and more, and anytime I get an amplifier to review, I want to be able to do this, show the performance of the amplifier, and it's going to give me a little bit more practice to understand how to use the QA401, because it's not an easy device to learn. It's got a very steep learning curve, but it's good. But it's only good if you understand it and you know how to use it. So I have been talking to a guy in Australia that his name's Stuart, and he's given me a lot of pointers, a lot of help, so thumbs up to him also. But yeah, there's a quick little video for you guys, how to measure it. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, give me a little message down below there. But so far, I have about 6 more amplifiers coming, and I'm going to be building to measure on here. A couple weeks ago I measured my ELF. I might do a re-video of that. I've been practicing with my ELF minis that I really like. They're my favorite amplifiers with QA401. So I think my next video is going to be me probably stumbling through my video and playing with it. I mean, I can make a measurement and how to hook it up and do all that stuff, but I still got to learn how to understand what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve. But that will come as anybody that's new to using a piece of equipment and having fun. So there's my video. Hopefully I get a thumbs up from a couple people there. It's more subscribers, as my goal is to make money through my YouTube channel slowly here to buy more projects, whether it be on DIY audio or through other people that make project amplifiers and other preamplifiers. But I want to try to use YouTube to pay for those projects, so I don't pay for them out of my own pocket per se. Just be nice that I could buy the kits, build them, review them, listen to them, have fun with them, which is what I like to do. Talk to you later, guys.